Let's start from our home page to see what's new with 3DViewStation version 2021.0. In the blog we have an overview of all the new file formats we added or we enhanced, and also all the new functions and features. A little bit more below you find a whole series of previews with a lot of descriptions describing the use case probably, or the context where these functions are being used, or which other alternative functions we have where these new functions belong to. I will show these various enhancements in a second live in this 3DViewStation product. Let's start with textures. Here we've chosen a large building with a lot of objects which have been textured. For instance, the floors, you see textures, you see the concrete walls, you see bricks and so forth. We are using our fly through functionality to fly out that building and rotate a little bit around. But not only in AEC or BIM industry that might be useful, it might be also in MCAD space, and here very nice intense effects with, like, for instance, rusty steel or whatever. On these helicopters we now see some images, we see some dirt, and finally the last one, not really serious but possible, our troll also textured. Let's go to analysis. As part of the draft angle analysis, we have added an option to show undercuts. So we first choose the direction, the main direction for draft analysis, and now the pointer shows me the draft angle. And if we activate the show undercut option, then in magenta or any other color, 3DViewStation will show you the areas where you probably find undercuts. This might be helpful for all people in casting and die industry. On the sectioning side, what you know is that we use one color, default yellow, for showing the section lines. We can also fill the objects according to that color. We also had to use the object color for showing the sectioning lines in that color, but what we did not have is that we were able to fill these objects in their own color. Finally, another function useful in sectioning is that we can have 3DViewStation positioning the section plane according to a line we will follow. Solid to solid calculations are very, very time consuming, and what we've done here is a nice enhancement, made it very, very fast so that we can do a calculation of, let's say, 15,000 objects against 10,000 other solids and find the area where the closest distance is. Just to showing you where that is inside the object, we have prepared a view here. Another example, use case, automotive industry, the exhauster should not touch the rest of the car, might get too hot. So let's calculate the minimum distance and let's see where that is. It's somewhere where it's leaving the body in white. So maybe you will have to redesign something, maybe it's okay. A new function, not only useful for 2D but also for 3D, is a snapping function. So far, when you moved your cursor close to a line, we highlighted where it would snap to. What we added now is that we can also use other characteristic points like the endpoint of a line and snapping to the endpoint or to the center point. But that works in 3D as well. PMIs are very important. What we had in the past already is you click on a PMI, it will highlight the feature associated with it. Here in another example. But what we added now is that we do the other way around. So you select a feature and then all the associated PMIs will be highlighted, and even more, you can also isolate them. Attributes, very important for many customers, are typically bound to product occurrence, not necessarily to geometry. You can add any kind of attribute now for the BOM as well. Add it, remove it. We already had the material added to our BOM list, and now you can generate the callout IDs from the material and not just as a number. And as with the regular balloons, you can now automatically generate and position them in your model. Yeah, if you rotate, they will be auto-aligned or whatever. This is a standard functionality. Attributes once more with markups. So we have been requested that you would like to see who added a markup and when, and so forth. So we now have an option. If you go to the resource and presets XML and go down to the bottom of it, you should uncomment that section, and then with the next start of 3DViewStation, it will generate these attributes automatically. We had a set of functions to generate some help geometries like points and lines, center lines, for instance, on center points. What we now added is that we can create an intersection point of two lines which do not touch themselves. On the transformation side, we have been very proud that our transformation function automatically optimizes the pass and the callout lines, the offset line, accordingly to your movement. But sometimes that's not desired. Sometimes you would really like to record a pass, for instance, for a disassembly instruction, and 3DViewStation we now enable that to really remember that pass and not to optimize it for you. Another feature request issued by customers is the possibility of exporting all views to a single file. So we had in the past you could export a single view to a PDF or a PNG, whatever, but new is have a new icon over here. Let's export all of them in one single PDF. Maybe that's helpful to have an overview, whatever. So the export is quick. We open the PDF, and then we see an arrangement of all those views. Finally, our developers are fathers and mothers, so why not doing something which is easy for us and generate Minecraft files, NBT files, out of any kind of CAD model you have loaded. So even that race car is a very complex one. We can with a few clicks generate an MBT file, a Minecraft file, which you can import to your Minecraft game. If we section into, you will see that's still everything inside the model. Yeah, just showing that's possible. Yeah, of course you could generate the convex hull before. Yeah, that's it for so far. Happy usage of 3DViewStation.